Good morning, everybody. I know who it is. Lawsuit Jerry is back again. I'm outside here finna get ready and go somewhere right quick. Probably gonna wash the Docmobile, wash it off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of salt everywhere on this car, so it needs to be washed off. You know, and make it look good again. All right. Today is another story about Lawsuit Jerry when he was coming up as a young man into a teenager. Man, I sat back and thought about that last night, man, if I wanted to tell y'all this story or what, but then again, I made up my decision. I'm going to let you guys know how I was coming up in my younger age, alright? First time experience, you know what I'm saying, on smoking weed and drinking, okay? I started drinking when I was maybe about in the 10th grade, when I was in high school. You know, it was okay when I did start doing that, you know, but it wasn't really fun at all, because when I did start drinking, you know, it was more like you can't be around family when you're drinking. A fight would break out. So I saw a lot of that, you know, and I fought a lot of people too when I was drinking. And I decided to keep going with it. You know, I was hiding it from my family and stuff like that, until my father saw me drinking on a beer one day, and he said, "Boy, if you're gonna drink, man," he said, "I want you to drink with me. Don't hide it, you know, drink with me." I was like, "No, I don't want to." He was like, "No, you drinking beer and everything." He said, "Drinking that Mad Dog 2020, he said, I want you to drink with me." He said, "Since you like to drink so much, we're going to drink together." So come around, he goes in the house, and he pulled 2 glass shots of his drink. And he said, "I want you to sit here and drink this with me." And he said, "If you're going to be a drinker, I want you to drink this glass. And I don't want you to sip it. I want you to choke it down all at once." I said, "What is it?" He said, "Never mind what it is, just drink it." Why was I a fool to go ahead and drink it like that? So when I drank that little glass of shot of whiskey that he had in my glass, turns out to be moonshine. And as soon as I swallowed that bad boy down, man, it burned the mess out of my throat, my stomach, and I already had some drink already in me. And when that happened, he was like, "You're gonna stay here at the house, you ain't going nowhere." He's like, "You want another glass? I'll pour you another." I said, No. He's like, "No, because you want to drink, man." He said, "I can't have somebody living in the house with me that's gonna be a drinker." You know what I'm saying? Now, cause you're not gonna sit here and drink up my liquor, and then after you don't drink up yours, if you're not gonna share me yours, I can't share you mine. So I had to hide my stuff. You know, he had to hide his liquor from us. So I was like, "No, I don't want the drink no more." He said, "It's up to you. Either you're gonna continue drinking or stop." I said, "Okay, I will stop." He said, I'm gonna take your word on that." He said, "I'm not gonna hide my liquor, but if I come home from work and my liquor is short, I know it was you." So after the time came around, you know, he left his liquor around. I never did touch it. I couldn't stand that drink anyway. And I stopped drinking after that, you know what I'm saying? So my drinking didn't last me long at all. It only lasted me like maybe 6 months. And that's when I had decided not to drink at all, no more. So by drinking that stuff was one of the main drinks that you could ever have back in them days, you know what I'm saying? And that was back in the 80s, you know, and that was really a bad liquor to drink. So they used to bring it in the house with milk jugs, you know what I'm saying? And you set a match to that bad boy, she'll set on fire, man. She'll burn quick, you know what I'm saying? Just like gasoline, she'll blow up. But it wasn't made for me, so Lawsuit Jerry let go to drinking. But when I first started, when I first tried out smoking weed, now, don't you guys get to laughing about this, but this is the truth. First time I started smoking weed, And I was upstairs in the bedroom, and with my brother and my sister, and blowing the smoke out the window, whatever. And then my father ended up coming in, he was smelling weed in the house and couldn't figure out where it was coming from. He thought it was coming from outside. So then my mom was like, there's something wrong with your boy. And he was like, what's wrong with him? She was like, I don't know what's wrong with him, but he's acting weird, So my father picked me up and put me in the car, took me straight to the hospital. And when the doctor did finally check me out, he come back to my father and them. He said, well, we found out what was wrong with your boy. And he was like, what's wrong with him? He was like, well, your boy is high, and he's a high. He's a high for what? And my father had to start questioning everybody, in the family. What did y'all give him, And the truth finally came out. Well, he smoked some weed with us, and he got a contact, And when I came home from the hospital, they had to keep an eye on me. He told me to go in my room and just sit there and wait, don't come out my room. And Lawsuit Jerry wasn't listening. I come up my room, man. I come downstairs in the dryer. I stuck my head in the dryer, to get the heat on me and stuff. And I was trying to eat up everything in the fridge and stuff. And, man. And he finally saw me doing all of that, Now, he put me back in the room. He locked me up in my room where I wouldn't get out no more. And I was just stuck in my room, okay, for that whole day. So he would not send me to school because I was high. So I had to stay home for a whole week until I came back to my right self, okay? And that worked out pretty good. But then again, he didn't give me a whipping for that, He just told me it's not good for me, and I had to let it go. And I did. So I said about after I got out of high school, I think it was like in my 12th grade year when I was in high school. And I ended up trying smoking some weed again. This time I was with my younger brother and his girlfriend. And we were sitting on the couch watching TV. And I asked him, I said, man, let me hit that, man. Let me hit that. He was like, no, you can't have this, man. He said, what happened to you back then? He was like, no, you can't have that. I said, man, I'm a grown man. Let me hit that. So I tried it again. And it only took me about 3 puffs to smoke this stuff, man. And then I said, no sooner than 10 minutes, Lawsuit Jerry went nuts again. So I didn't mean to do what I did, but his girlfriend was in between us. And I couldn't feel myself. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't feel my hands. Wherever I touched, I couldn't feel. I couldn't feel nothing. It seemed like it wasn't there. So what I did, I said, well, since I can't feel, so I bit his girlfriend on the shoulder. I bit her on her back, man. And she got to screaming and everything. And that kind of made me go crazy. And I ended up taking them out the house, running down the street. So they had to chase me. They had to come and catch me because that weed had me to the point that I couldn't feel nothing. Even though it was cold outside that night, I ran out the house with no coat on, no shoes. I had my pajamas, but they had to catch me. So that's when I realized that stuff wasn't good for me. So I ended up letting it go again. So I said, I don't want to be around the smell. I can't stand the smell of weed. I can't stand the smell of liquor on nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it draws me to the point to say, hey, I'm done with this. I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no part of it. So it made me better than what I am right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought about it. If I was a drinker or getting high, would I have a place to stay? Would I have kids? Would I have a wife? Or would I have a job to make money? To have insurance for my family? I won't have none of that, man, because that stuff, I seen that stuff bring down a whole lot of people. Alright? A whole lot of people that I care about, that it just tear them all up. You know what I'm saying? And you don't live very long with that type of stuff that's going through your system or your body. Just because the world is out here, now they selling weed in the stores and all that stuff like that, it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because now, anybody can sell it. See what I'm saying? It's illegal now. So you can do what you want to do with it. But, just like I said, I still don't want no part of it. I don't want it in my car. If you got weed or whatever in your pocket, you can't get in my car. If you got a bottle of whiskey in your pocket, I don't want it in my car. I'm going to have to start paying you boys down before you get in here, because I don't want no part of that. So, it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, just like I said, you know, I never smoke weed again. I never drink again, because it's not for me. But I learned my lessons out there, coming up in the world. So I will never go back to none of that crazy stuff. I don't miss it at all. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. So I just don't like being around people that does it, you know. And when they do start smoking weed or whatever, I walk away. You know, I get in my car and I go. And I don't want that stuff in my body or my skin or in my hair, because the job that I have, you know, they might want to take you through a test and stuff like that. So if they want me to take a test, I take that test like that, because I ain't got nothing in my system. So that's how I am, you know, when it comes down when I'm working. So everything on me gotta be nice and clear and clean, and I'm good to go with it. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of my stories I wanted to share with you guys about me coming up in the world, what happened and all that stuff like that, you know. But you know, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? For the grace of God, you know, I'm still here. And you ain't got to worry about me lighting up no weed. You ain't got to worry about me opening up a bottle of whiskey and take a sip out of it, or some beer. You know what I'm saying? And by drinking champagne and stuff like that, I already had a zero alcohol in it. You know what I'm saying? And do it that way. I don't want no part of none of that crazy junk. So that's who I am. Lawsuit Jerry, right? So anyway, my 32 games, I'm going to get on off of here, and I'm going to do my shutouts in about another couple hours. So now I can see everybody's comments on my YouTube page, man. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. And if you like this video, man, hit the thumbs up. If you got a nice, good comment, leave it. You know what I'm saying? And like and share Lawsuit Jerry video. But I know some of my family who will see this video, man, they're going to be like, you right about that, Jerry. You was right. You did all of that, you know. And I went through a whole lot of stuff back then, you know, coming up in the world. You know, I seen a lot of stuff happen. And I seen a lot of stuff that happened with me, you know what I'm saying? But it was mostly good stuff, you know. But I did try a lot of different stuff. But the only thing I really tried was just weed and drink. You know, I didn't mess with nothing else after that, you know. But that's the way it's gonna be. Alright, Lawsuit Jerry, gotta get up out of here, man. I'll check you guys again later, man. The sun is coming out looking good, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go ahead and get the car washed, but I will be checking in with you guys back again. Alright, peace. I'm out.